Forest Hill High School here. If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I had to run over until I'm finished cleaning out a storage building this morning. I was coming up the back way here and thought I'd ride by the old Forest Hill. We are in the Forest Hill High School parking lot. Like I said, if y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Alright, cool. I see the thumbs up. This is the back side of the old Forest Hill Gymnasium here. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be back here riding around. Probably not. Man, I ain't been in this parking lot in 25 years. I probably should have never been in this parking lot. I didn't go to school here. I remember when they built this thing, everybody said it looked like a jail. I didn't really think so at the time. But looking back in hindsight, I think they were right. This thing does look like a big-ass jail, doesn't it? They've taken care of it, though. I still think it's the nicest high school in JPS, unless there's something I'm not thinking of. I hate that they changed the name to the Patriots, but you know, it is what it is. Political correctness. All right, we're pulling back out on Raymond Road. We're going to go right, which will take us towards McDowell Rd. I'm on my way to work this morning. I don't get to ride through the south side too much anymore. So when I do, I like to get some video. Good morning to everybody. Hey, real quick, I shared a video on my page last night. I did an interview with Felicia Hobson. She has a podcast or live stream or whatever you want to call it, called The Fox Cave Chronicles. Really good interview. Had a blast with that. Y'all go check it out, man. I answered a lot of tough questions. We took a lot of tough questions. You know, I get a lot of questions about race and this, that, and the other, being a white guy talking about Jackson. I answered all those as truthfully as I possibly could, which was 100% truthfully. Hopefully for you, some of you that don't know about me, a lot of questions were answered. No softballs. I enjoyed it. About an hour and a half long. It's again, I shared it on the Save Jackson page last night. Now, I don't know why drivers like that. They pull up. Her light was obviously green. Mine was red. But she wants to wait till my light turns green to turn right on red. Just don't make no sense. So we're past, I think, what's that, McRaven or Maddox Road? Maddox. They ain't cut these trees in 20 years. I actually kind of like it, honestly. It's like driving through a forest. So we're coming up on McDowell Road here. 9:30. I got a little time to ride around. I ain't gotta be at work till 10. I'm just gonna talk to y'all this morning without having to look at me. We had a great first week of the Clay Edwards Show, going 5 days on 103.9 WYAB. I missed Wednesday, had a damn sinus infection. Couldn't get out of bed. But, hey, as life goes, we played a rerun, but otherwise a great first week of shows. Now, it looks like they have their community cleanup crew out this morning. I forget who's in charge of this, but this is a pretty cool deal where they all get together and they come out and they do community cleanup. Y'all give a thumbs up to these folks. Good job. Good job. You know, I never know. I wish they would tag me when they're going to do these community cleanups. We could help them promote it. You know, but I guess I don't run in that social media circle, where they think a guy that runs a page called Save Jackson would actually be interested in helping clean up Jackson. But, you know, as life goes. Here's the old Kroger at the end of McDowell. This shopping center's still popping. It's a cash saver now. You know, the Pizza Hut's been here forever, man. I remember when we were cruising up and down McDowell Road. You know, the Pizza Hut has always been here. I think it's the only thing that's still here that was originally here. But, again, shopping center still mostly at capacity, I assume. I see a for lease sign there, but I don't see what's for lease unless it's part of Kroger. I mean, unless part of the cash saver is. You know, this video is going to mainly gear towards people who grew up over here and don't come up on this side of town too much anymore. People that live over here are like, I know that shit's there. Why are you showing that? I get it. I do. But keep in mind, there's a lot of people who grew up over here who ain't been over here in 20 years. Last time they were here, this was a Kroger. Y'all want to cruise McDowell Road for a minute before I go to work? Give me a thumbs up. We'll ride through the Sonic and all that. Y'all share this video. Let folks know what we're doing. There's a rally. I'd have loved for there to have been a rallies out here on McDowell Road when I was growing up. Get a 99-cent rally queue. They don't even have rally queues on the menu anymore. At least they didn't the last time I drove through. They tried to make some BS one where they just chopped up a hamburger and threw it on there. I was like, no, man, I want the Sloppy Joe rally queue. Not that middle of the mall stuff. It sure would have been nice to have had an AutoZone on McDowell Road back in the day, too. All of our broke down lowriders. We spent a ton of time at the AutoZone over there on Cherry Road. I thought that was a cop car, just a donk. These roads are too rough for them wheels and tires. And trust me, this coming from somebody who's got little tires. We're coming up on the Sonic. We're going to ride through the Sonic on McDowell Road just for old time's sake. I wish I could play some music, but Facebook will hit me with a copyright strike so quick that I wouldn't be able to do live videos no more. That's why most people are getting in trouble on Facebook and YouTube, is they're playing copyrighted songs, and Facebook and YouTube do not like that, so they will kick you off in a heartbeat, which is ironic, right? Because they made a living off stealing copyrighted material and letting people share it, but God forbid you use it in a video. There's the old 5 happiness. We've done these videos 3 or 4 times, but I still like to ride through for old time's sake. It's a cleansing of the palate, you could say. After talking to Felicia last night about South Jackson and growing up over here, I just kind of woke up feeling a bit nostalgic. Thought it'd be fun to ride through. Versus depressing, one or the other. There's the old Junior Food Mart. The old Jitney is a Save-A-Lot now. We'll ride through it real quick, let y'all peep that out. Little Caesars going strong on the end. You know, I've said this a million times, but that was a Subway when I was coming up. And then you had a TG&Y over here where the Dollar General is. Hair care supplies. We're pulling up around here where CC's and Mario's was. Again, you know, we talk a lot about, you know, empty buildings and stuff in Jackson. So I got to make sure I give props when a shopping center has survived and actually striving. And this shopping center appears to be at capacity. Now the Mario's spot looks to still be empty, but it's on the backside. The old CC's Pizza over here. There's a Taco Bell here now. I always talk about that every time I ride through here. I'm like, man, if there had been a Taco Bell back here in the 90s, we'd have been fighting all in that parking lot. I see they got a broke window. If that had been my crew back in the 90s, it'd have been somebody because somebody got thrown through that window. Now it's probably because somebody shot through it. So they said Big Mama's Kitchen used to be there. That's right, man. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was somewhere in between there in the 2000s. Big Mama's had good food. I forgot about that. And what's some of y'all's favorite restaurants around here, man, that aren't open anymore? We can get props to the ones that are open too, but I just always like to, you know, get into my old heads, man, and figure out what y'all liked. You know, I talked about it on the radio the other day. Growing up in South Jackson, the Hill over there off Valley Street was my favorite restaurant. My parents used to take me there a lot. It was really good. Get a good steak, watch a live band. They injected that nightclub life into me early. Felt like I had to have live music to eat. All right, so we're cruising down McDowell. We're heading towards Tennis South and Apple Ridge. I know the sun's a little bright coming in the screen there, but nothing I can do about that. Oh man, just got a new tire on this car after hitting the pothole. So I'm over here tiptoeing, dodging around these things. Y'all bear with me. You know, there's always been some really big houses up through here, man, kind of off the road. I remember, I've said the 90s a dozen times already, but I remember back in the 90s, these big, beautiful houses up off the road, old South Jackson money. That's why I laughed when the mayor was talking about the water situation and how it affected South Jackson and the southern areas. He said, because that's where the poor people live. I'm like, bro, the poor people ain't always... South Jackson wasn't built because of poor people and because of water. South Jackson used to be money. West Jackson used to be money. I mean, this ain't no knock on the people that live here now. It just is what it is, but it wasn't built far away from the water plant because it was about poor people. I mean, this dude just makes it up as he goes. Like, how can I make this about race? How can I make something that was built 50 years ago about race? Like, man, the water ain't no good. But that's a whole conversation for another day. I ain't gonna ruin the morning ride on that. These motherfuckers, man. Car coming up the side road there like it wasn't gonna stop. The old pawn shop there on the right. The old auto parts store there on the left. That's where a lot of the hot rod and race car crowd used to hang out. Green light, was it called green light, I think? I saw one of the worst wrecks I've ever seen in my life right here at this intersection. And they did tear down the old leaning house, the photography studio. It was right there on the right. Fulton's, I think it was. Shit, it looked better there than the lot looks like hell, but whatever, at least it's gone. Keep vagrants and stuff from living in it. Man, we were pulling out of this side road here on Barbara Ann, or Teresa, whichever one it is. Old lady was in front of us, and man, she pulled out and she didn't see this car coming. It hit her so hard, it pushed her car all the way up to green light. It killed her. First wreck I ever saw just happen. First time I ever saw somebody die, too. Unfortunately, it would not be the last. You ride up and down these Jackson streets and interstates enough, man, you'll see some wrecks. All right, we're gonna attempt to ride through Apple Ridge here. We are in the Apple Ridge parking lot. This is where this spot right here on the end is where all the hell was raised when we were growing up. I saw a guy get beat up and peed on right here one time. That was like the first time I saw something like that happen and think, man, that was probably a little too much. As much as we love to watch fighting and stuff. But here's the beautiful Apple Ridge Shopping Center. Try to adjust the camera a little bit here for y'all. You know, not much has changed since the last time we were here. It still needs to be torn down. I mean, it's a disaster. I'm 99.9% sure it belongs to the church across the street. There's a couch right here. Everybody needs a couch. Snow cone stand. Ride up Shady Lane here. I forgot all about there being a fire station there. Alright, so we're on Shady Lane. We're heading up towards Raymond Road, where Punchy's used to be. And unfortunately, I'm driving, so I can't read y'all's questions right now. But when I get parked and settled in, I'll go back and answer any questions you guys may have had. I see I've gotten a couple text messages also, but I'm not going to take the phone off the dash to answer texts while I'm driving. Man, this takes me back. Y'all want to ride by Wingfield real quick? We done rode by Forest Hill. We'll ride by Wingfield real quick. And we'll put a bow on this thing this morning. We can hit the two South Side rivals. If I can even find the road to turn on to go to Wingfield anymore. I think this is it. This should bring us up beside yeah, here's Wilkins here. Tell you what, man, when you over here in South Jackson and you stop at a three-way or a four-way, you just about better off just letting everybody else go. It don't matter if you were first or not. I think people are more surprised when somebody stops at a stop sign over here than they are when somebody doesn't. When I get off at Elton Road, there's a stop sign right there before you pull on Elton, off 55. Every time I stop, cars almost rear end me because they're surprised that I stopped. And there's always a cop at that gas station right there. And I'm like, I'm not going to be the one that runs the red light or stop sign and gets got. Anyway, here's the backside of Wingfield. There's those old portable classrooms. I guess they ain't so portable anymore. They're permanent. They've been there since before I was in high school. JPS, sending kids to schools and portable buildings. Now, they built this whole new front corner of it however long ago. I'm going to turn through this parking lot so I can turn around and show y'all this new part of the school if you haven't seen it. But that's the newer part of the school there. Looks nice. I remember when I grew up over here off Castile, we used to come over here to Wingfield and jog around the track and run around the track and stuff. My dad was a cross-country runner. I don't think it was called that at the time. He just jogged, but looking back, he was a cross-country runner. Here's the cleanup crew again. Some younger kids, shout out to them. Doing good work. So we're coming back up here to Raymond Road, and there used to be a lawn and garden place right across the street here. I can't remember the name of it to save my life. It wasn't Hutto. Was it Hutto's, maybe? But it was right there. Big lawn and garden center. Alright, so we're coming up here on man, what's the name of this street? It's right here by the old Allstate. Runs up, it's like the old Napa Warehouse is on it. Not a street sign in sight. But anyway, this is gonna pull us up directly. We're going under I-20. The old Allstate's here on the left, which is a JSU e-commerce center now. We're gonna come up behind the lodge. We got the lodge apartments here on the left. I think that's the lodge apartments. You got the Moose Lodge straight ahead, still rocking. Pool ain't there no more, but the Moose Lodge is still open. They let me know after I posted a picture one time with the assumption that it wasn't, and invited me out and stuff. They were cool, unlike some other people. Got the Napa Warehouse. It's still here on the right, still rocking and rolling. Coming up behind the old Puckett machinery that moved to Flowwood. It's a Roadmaster driver school now. That's cool. Good use of the land. Didn't know they were doing anything with it, honestly. Now I'm gonna show y'all a big waste of money here. Now, y'all know I'm all for paved roads and all that stuff. But I can think of 100 other roads that need paved worse than the backside of Lynch Street. They put a walking path over there and a paved road that doesn't have a single house or business on it. They had a big ribbon cutting and a press conference and all that. Now, again, I ain't knocking the fact that there's a paved road. I'm just knocking the fact that they paved this road, when I can think of a million others that needed it exponentially worse. Not an active business on this road. Even Saks Fifth Avenue closed down damn near its whole shopping center, whole thing over here. A girl that I know that's worked there for 20 years lost her job the other day. We're gonna come up on the back side of the metro here. I caught a nail in my tire. I thought I had hit a Jackson pothole the other day. I caught a nail in my tire riding around here the other day. Suits me about right. There's JPD. Here's the old Dillards and Gafers. That's the Widow Watson's spot right there. Always some cars parked up here. It's always weird to me. I wonder if that's the Metro Mama. They could film a zombie movie over here. Some kind of like dystopian Mad Max future. 1984 Part 2. don't know if you have to honor these stop signs or not, but I'd be the one they would prove you're supposed to if I don't stop. I'm just going to show y'all this because the emptiness of this is always amazing to me. Just how bleak this looks and depressing. I'm not blaming it on anybody, nothing like that. My once a year ride around the Meteocenter here. All they really do now with this thing is give away food boxes and water. There's a snow cone stand. I don't have time to ride through it this morning, but there's El Chico's. And it's always a highlight of the tour. The old Shoney's. And the building that'll just always be the main event for me over here is the Bebop. So many memories at Bebop and Hooper's. I have heard that the building's been sold and somebody's getting ready to put something in there, so don't know what exactly. But hey, anything's better than nothing. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all this morning. Y'all have a blessed one. Take care.